Da-da-da. What it look like. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back again. This is our family meeting, and let's see. All right. Welcome, Bailey. Welcome to our family meeting. My name is Craig. I know you know who I am, but for those who don't know, we're going to be sharing some information concerning family. Family is so important because we know that addiction is a not only an individual disease, but it also affects the family. So we want to share some light on why it's important that everyone involved finds some help adequately. Okay, let me try it again. All right, there we go. Okay, welcome back again. Let me see, Barely. Good to see that you on. And so this article was brought that I'm bringing to you today is from recovery.org. Recovery.org. You can go online and retrieve this. Without further ado, let's get right into it. And so the title is we're going to talk about family therapy for substance abuse and addiction treatment. This is our family support meeting. And so let's see what the article has to say. The article says family therapy is a set of therapeutic approaches that attempt to use the family's strengths and resources to help them live without drugs or alcohol. It also seeks to reduce the harm of addiction on both the substance abuser and his or her family. Additional issues may also be addressed in treatment, such as parenting skills, abuse, depression, family conflict, and unemployment. So there are other aspects that need to be addressed when it talks about family therapy. In addiction treatment, family therapy often takes the form of education, allowing family members to ask questions and begin a dialogue can in itself be healing. Additionally, uh, therapeutic interventions may include, here are some of the interventions the article make mention of, and that is discussing family roles, identifying ways to improve communication, and rebuild trust. That is major. All right. Having an open, honest communication and building trust, learning what helps and what is harmful. Right. Get a better understanding. Identifying ways to interact that respect the needs of everyone involved. Identifying ways to interact that respects the needs of everyone involved. All right. So let's go on. Oh, I never put that up there. So we were just talking about what is family therapy. That's what I just read. All right, sorry about that. The next one we want to talk about the role of family in addiction treatment. Family therapy is used in a number of substance abuse treatment settings, and it has been shown to be effective for both adults and adolescents. Therapy that involves a person's support network can be important for recovery, especially for teens, right? So the next part, we want to talk about the family system model, what that looked like. Let's find out what the article has to say about the family systems model. Most family therapists have adopted a family system model, which views substance abuse as a symptom of dysfunction in the family. Family therapy is based on the view that a family is a distinct system, and each person in the system affects how it functions. Okay, everyone has a role, and so Let's see what the article go on to tell us. The entire system suffers when one person, in this case, a person receiving substance abuse treatment, is functioning at an impaired level. Those who are not addicted to substances may discover that their behavior is also dysfunctional because of the efforts required to support a system that is flawed. And so you see how that not only the person that's using has some challenges to overcome, but also those who are not using, those who are part of the family unit. The importance of family therapy is breaking the cycle of addiction. Addiction affects the entire family, and some family members may take on certain roles, enabler, overachiever, as a way to cope. Family therapy can help to repair damaged relationships and teach family members healthy coping skills. And so now we're talking about a family therapy. And so let me make this clear. This is only a support group. I am a recovery coach. I am not a therapist. I'm not a counselor. And so we always suggest, encourage people to seek professional help when it comes to dealing with substance use disorders and mental health issues as well. All right. And so let's go a little further and see what the article is talking about. And so the next one we're going to talk about benefits of family therapy for addiction. There are some benefits. All right, let's talk about the benefit. Some benefits gained by people in treatment and their families are better understanding the nature of addiction and how it affects behavior. This is accomplished through education. Just as the person has been assessed, the family has an opportunity for self-assessment and insight from a therapist. The next one talks about becoming aware of family dynamics. Maladaptive family patterns will contribute to continued substance use. Everyone in the system should be treated to obtain the most positive outcome. Interesting. The next one, improving communication. In a system where there may have been no communication or limited emotional involvement, improved communication is essential and will require an investment by those interested in the most successful recovery outcome. Okay, sounds very interesting, improving communication. And so there's another one talks about, we're talking about benefits of family therapy for addiction. So the next one is regaining trust. This is major. To me, I believe this is major as well. All of them is major, but I like this one too because that's one of the, I believe, one of the hardest ones to face or tackle. Dishonesty and substance abuse sometimes go hand in hand. Family members may not want to open their hearts or their wallets, all right, to help a loved one who has betrayed their trust. Improved communication, honest interaction, and witnessing positive changes can help mend this breach. All right, so it works hand in hand. All right, improved communication, honest interaction, and witnessing positive changes can help mend this breach. You know, a lot of times we are those who are in the recovery field and those who have went through recovery or those who have lived experience. We talk about burning bridges. You know, a lot of times due to our behavior, oftentimes we may have burned some bridges. When we mean by burn some bridges, we may have created a cycle of distrust, or we could have broke, not keeping promises, abandonment, and so a lot of times those things are very, very hard to get back or to amend. So that is one that when I came across it, I said to myself, that's a very good one that's something I can identify with, put it like that. Sharing feelings, all right? During active addiction, bridges can be burned, all right? Family members may be angry but unable to express it. They may fear relapse or they may be excited at the possibility of reconciliation. It takes time to learn how to reconcile, balance, and express these feelings. It takes time. All right? It takes time. Setting boundaries. This allows to everyone involved. Clarifying boundaries is not easy, right? But it is a necessary step toward healthy recovery for the family, setting boundaries. This may include detaching from any family member is an active addiction. That active addiction. Learning self-care. I think all of these are very, very vital and very interesting. Learning self-care in addiction treatment, the focus is on the person with the addiction. During family therapy, a parent or spouse may learn that they need help too. They may be directed to try Al Anon, Nar-Anon, or other mutual help groups in addition to finding an individual therapist, right? So it's good to have support group, but sometimes you may need that one-on-one individual counseling as well. Types of therapies, all right? And so the article said therapy styles and formats often different for adults and children. Treatment should be decided based on the specific needs of the person and or the family. It is important to determine the appropriateness and level of involvement of family members. Everyone must feel safe and able to voice their feelings and opinions without fear of retribution. That is so true. Let me read that again, just because I think that's so keen when it comes to trying to be comfortable in certain settings, especially when people that you don't know and people that you may feel apprehensive to open up with. And so the article says everyone must feel safe and able to voice their feelings and opinions without fear of retribution, right? And so that must be something established within a group setting, individual, with the family members, because there's maybe a lot of tension. So, all right, enough said on that. Let's talk about another one. The article said some types of family therapy that might be used in substance abuse treatment include some type of family therapy that might be used in substance abuse treatment include behavioral contracting. Very interesting. The therapist helped the family to develop a written contract focused on maintaining a substance-free home. The therapist may also help the family identify triggers for substance abuse, predict potential problems, and develop strategies to avoid them. All right. Another one that a therapist or therapy can be used: behavioral marital therapy. The therapist helps the couple to create a drug-free environment. He or she may work with the couple on coping skills, communication skills, relapse prevention skills, and reinforcement for abstinence. These are some good tools that this article is making mention of. I am learning a lot. I didn't know that this type of discussion goes on in a therapeutic family support group or individual, but it's so important. Let's talk about another multidimensional family therapy. Multi-dimensional family therapy. This type of therapy is commonly used with adolescents and focuses on substance abuse as well as behavioral problems. The therapist meet individually with the team and his or her family. Adolescents work on coping skills and peer and family relationships. Parents work on any addiction or mental health uses they may be struggling with, as well as parenting skills. So everyone is being helped in this situation. The children, adolescent, the parent, and so I believe once they come together, uh, they can really honor a lot of issues that may have been pulling or hindering them from binding or bonding together. Solution focused therapy. This approach focuses on solving the problems identified in the family and not on how they develop. Wow, that is so key. A lot of times we spend so much energy on what happened, uh, where the hurt came from, or who did what and who didn't do what. And a lot of times we stay stuck in that cycle and not move forward. And so the article says solution focused therapy. This approach focuses on solving the problems identified in the family and not on how they develop. Excuse me. And not how they develop. All right. The substance user, the family, and the therapist try to come up with ways to help the user stop using drugs and alcohol and determine what a home without drugs or alcohol would look like. All right. The next one we want to talk about multifamily groups. Multifamily groups. Let me turn this down because I don't know more interruption, hopefully, at this point. All right, multifamily groups. These groups might meet every week and they give families insight into their own behaviors and let them know that they are not alone. These are some good ideas, some good information. A lot of it, I'm just excited just to know that they have these type of groups and therapy or therapeutic coping skills in place that can help not only those who suffer from substance abuse disorder, but also the family. Because a lot of times I think that the family members they get left out as if they don't exist. And so I think this is so important. Very often, family members may feel that they are the only ones dealing with substance use. And it can be helpful to learn that others have and are experiencing the same thing. They often help one another. Wow. So, to the family members who may be watching this, and the article may mention it says you are not alone. There are other people who may be dealing with the same issue. Might not be identical, but there may be some similarities. Whereas one family can help another family to be able to identify and cope, and they can maybe build a relationship whereas they can also be of some support without the necessary therapist, and they can just come together and everyone can gain some insight. All right. Treatment settings. All right. Treatment settings. Let's see what that's all about. It says most inpatient treatment centers offer a family component. Treatment settings where family therapy may occur include residential or inpatient treatment. Okay. Most inpatient treatment centers offer a family component. This may consist of appointments or multiple weekends and is determined and negotiated by staff with the users involved. Therapists will usually meet with the family members alone and then the user and his or her family for multiple sessions. The focus can be on couples and or entire family. All right? And say outpatient recovery program are offered for both adults and adolescents who are either stepping down from residential treatment or for whom residential treatment may not be immediately necessary. Group sessions focus on the user and also have a regular family group component where all group members and their family meet together with a facilitator. When working with adolescents, it is best to find an age-appropriate group. These groups are primarily educational but can provide insight into areas where the family may want to work more deeply with an individual therapist. Individual marriage and family therapy. Some good stuff. In a private setting, a user may choose to work with a marriage and family therapist who also has experience with substance abuse. These providers have different styles and focus, and it is important to ask questions up front and determine if they offer what you want. Develop a list of questions about the things that are important to discuss in addition to substance abuse. These may include saving a marriage, helping a child deal with divorce, physical abuse, financial issues, blended families, incest, and grief. Wow. Wow. This is very important to get involved and get into some healthy information that can lead to a better lifestyle. I didn't know all this stuff exists, to be honest with you, but it's good to know that there are programs out there, there are people out there who's willing and who's able and qualified to assist us in our recovery. I say us. Now, I don't just talk about people who may be struggling. We all may have some things that we are still working on. All right. Whatever you decide, remember to educate yourself and ask questions. Dealing with addiction is upsetting, and people frequently make important decisions when they are stressed and feeling that something needs to be done in a hurry. While this is true, you owe it to yourself and your loved ones to investigate your options and find the treatment that is right for you. Right? Think about it, think clearly, have a clear head. Don't rush into nothing. Whatever setting that's appropriate for you, and you feel that the best one will assist you and further your growth. You make that decision. How it works. Let's get down to it. Goals. That's the first one. You must have some goals. The primary goal of family therapy is to improve or initiate communication. Once this process begins, it is up to each member to decide how much they are willing to continue working on it. Another goal is to improve the home environment so it is a safe place for the user and his or her family. The next one is setting, frequency, and duration. Therapy may be held at a treatment center, in an outpatient setting, or in a therapist's private office. The frequency and length of session will be determined by the program and your schedule. A therapy session usually lasts an hour, 1 hour. Outpatient sessions typically last 3 hours and will meet over a set of periods of weeks. Family components and treatment centers often include group sessions as well as shorter therapy sessions and beneficial leisure activities. Therapist, a therapist or facilitator, listen close, a therapist or facilitator will generally solicit input from everyone involved and keep things focused. It is important to have a trained and neutral moderator. No one take one side over other, no biases. Let's just, get it out in the open and let's be honest. All right. Participants. Anyone deemed beneficial or essential to a person's recovery may participate. This can include a spouse, children, parents, extended family members, or even close friends who are like family. Typical session, what that look like. All sessions will vary. In a group setting where other people and their families are present, there is usually a check-in when everyone will be introduced. That's normally how it goes. In a therapist's office, the family group would meet with one another and with therapists. These sessions will be more focused on individuals in the group. With the therapist setting, setting with the therapist setting the tone. All right. And the last and not least, and that is effectiveness of family therapy. All right. The article goes on to say research about the effectiveness of family therapy is ongoing. However, several studies suggest that it may be a useful component of addiction treatment. All right. One study found that different forms of family therapy can help keep substance abusers and their families in treatment, reduce substance use and other harmful behaviors, and improve social functioning. Another study found that behavioral couples therapy can lead to abstinence, better relationships, reduce occurrence of separation and divorce, and reduce domestic violence. And the last one talks about a study that reviewed advancement in family-based treatment research found that family therapy treatments can be helpful for a variety of adolescent problems, including substance abuse, schizophrenia, and conduct disorder. This is some very good information. I hope whoever watching, Belly, I hope I was able to share some information. I really appreciate Belly for always tuning in, and when she's here, she participate. And so that's going to be it for this week. And so until the next time, everyone stay safe. And remember, you could go on and retrieve this article on recovery.org. I am Craig. Until the next time, take care of yourself.